So if you have made it this far, this video is sponsored by iCreativeLearn.org. It's the community for African creatives where we learn, we create, and we teach on this platform and be certified in the AdobeXD For Mobile Apps course. It's 3,500 Nigerian Naira. All you need to do is just come to iCreativeLearn.org, register for this particular course. You can register for your account. Once you register for an account, you have a dashboard, and once you have your dashboard, you can literally come to the course link, which is introduction to Adobe XD for mobile apps. You can add it to your cart and you can simply check out. It's 3,500 naira. It has 18 lessons, and once you're done with the lessons, you can you get a course of completion certificate. So it's pretty straightforward. Thank you guys, and yeah. So today we are going to welcome to day 2 of day 3. If you were in day 1, then we did something. So we said we're going to start this whole, just a quick recap of why we decided to do this. Decided to do this because we noticed that there are some jobs that are coming in, and I feel like we should just build a lot more projects so that we can have all of these things in our portfolio, right? So this is day 2 of day 3, and tomorrow, which is Sunday, will be the final day. We're going to be starting now, quickly redesigning an application. And what application is that? We decided to say we're going to do the Uber application. So remember, like we did yesterday, all the mics are muted. Why? Because we want you to have the recordings at the end of the tutorial, at the end of this particular class. Okay, so I will start now, and I want to believe that if you want to follow me, go along with me, fine, that works too as well. Please open your XD. For the sake of new people in here, I'll just quickly run through this particular interface just one more time, quickly in 2 minutes. To the left hand side, we have the tools section. So you can see we have the select, we have our rectangle, we have our ellipse tool, we have our polygon, we have our line, we have our pen, we have our text, our artboard, and our zoom. Right, so all these tools we have over here all have shortcuts, and the shortcuts are just what we can see, which is in brackets, right? Let me admit him. Okay, please mute yourself. Thank you for muting yourself. So yeah, all of that we have, they all have shortcuts. All the shortcuts are all in brackets. So you can see that the shortcut for this selection is V, shortcut of rectangle is R. So if I just click on R, you can see if I click on V, that's select. If I click on Z, that's zoom. If I click on E, that's the ellipse. I don't know what it is for the polygon. For the polygon is Y. Line tool is L. Then the pen is P. Our text tool is T. Our artboard tool, okay, I'm so sorry. I thought I just got a message now that you guys weren't hearing me. Okay, so our artboard tool too as well. I don't know where you heard me last, but then I'll just doing a quick run through of all the tools that are over here, from our selection tool to our rectangle tool for people that aren't really used to this interface. And of course, for Adobe XD, there are 3 things that we do over here. We come here to design, we come here to prototype, and we come here to share. So imagine I'm done designing and I want to prototype. Today we are going to prototype the Uber application. Okay, and then of course after I'm done prototyping, I want to share, right? So I want to share with my colleagues. I want to know that Shy Guy, Anastasia, Pelumi, we can all work on the same project. I'll just share it to them and let me see what they think. You understand? It's pretty straightforward, right? We can also want to try that functionality in another class, but it's pretty straightforward. So the first thing we always have like we do in most applications. So I would say if you want to follow me, you can just pop up the Uber application and do the same thing that I'm doing. Is pretty straightforward. And the first thing we always have in all applications are what? Splash page. That is the most, in fact, integral. That's the I don't know another word for essential. You guys say is even essential or anything like that. It is very very important, right? It's a necessity. I feel that's the right word to use. If you don't have a splash page, then I mean it's like you don't have an identity. Do you get? So like the first page we're going to be working on now is the Uber app. For the Uber application is a splash page. Okay, so for Uber, what we have to do now is get the Uber logo, like we always do. We just have to search the Uber logo, and like I always do, it's pretty straightforward. Look at what I want. Right click, copy image, go here, make sure that this is black, and then I paste that body in there. Right, sounds really really good. So that's the guy, right? So that's my splash page. Okay, so of course that, right, the next thing we probably want to have that we have after our splash page is something that's like a what we normally used to call our sort of like an onboarding screen, right? And for Uber, that particular onboarding screen is something bluish like this, right? It has something like, so what I just want to quickly do is probably just get the Uber font, because it's very essential. We need the font that looks like the, okay, I think I have this Uber Move font. So if you also want to go ahead, please make sure that I'll make the fonts available for you guys. Yeah, so that's the font. So I have the font. It's called the font is called the Uber Move Text. Okay, so if you want to download that, that works, but I'll also try and make sure that I make the font available for you guys. So remember, when I design most of these things, I always like that when I start from my my getting started button should start and end from here. I'm not doing anything that looks like this or anything that looks like bigger up. I don't, it just doesn't look, the alignment and balancing. Remember when you guys came for the meetup last week when I was talking about alignment, I spoke about alignment and balancing. It's very very important, right? So get started. Right, sounds Gucci. So we have like an SVG icon, and then we have the Uber icon over there. So we have the Uber logo, PNG. So PNG is what? Transparent. Please don't forget. So the Uber white, because I need the white text logo, PNG. Something tells me that this particular one won't be PNG. What's going on here, man? Something tells me this one won't be PNG. So let's just try regardless. I told you, it won't be PNG. It will have that stuff in it. Trying to get this one will be PNG, but I need the white version. Alright, so you can see that one is PNG. Let's try something. Okay, I think we can use this particular font because it looks like the main stuff though. Doesn't really look like it. Let's see if we can still scout for this one. Doesn't really look like it. So now that's the issue. The issue we have right now is that we're trying to get the Uber logo. Don't be deceived. Sometimes when you see it like this, they tell you it's transparent. My dear, it is not transparent. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to we'll play a game. I'm going to open Photoshop and see how we can make sure that this is white, because I don't have the time to start looking out for how we can make sure that we're getting a white transparent logo. So I'm just going to quickly open my Photoshop, and then I'll save this particular image, right, the classic. So let me just wait for my Photoshop to open up. I will just save it in Photoshop. So we'll just wait for that one to open. It will take like 2 minutes. Let's just wait 2 minutes. Please, if you have any questions whatsoever, please don't worry. Around 6:55 would sort all the questions out. So I'll just look for my paint. I'll just make this one white. My selection tool, I'll make it white, and then I'll just paint around here. Paint the black sides to white. Sorry, it's loaded. Because I don't think I have that time to start dulling. I don't have that. Okay, so that's what we got. So you see, so we got it. There we go. So we've got our white logo. Looks Gucci and stuff. We have this in the middle. I have this slightly smaller. So we need SVGs of maybe like safety SVGs or like driving SVG or something, so we can have that. Yeah, so we can have something like this. This has white too. Just open it to as well, Photoshop, and then we'll try and remove the background. Sorry. What's going on, bro? Why ain't you? I'm trying not to hurt you guys, your ears and stuff. Let's see if this one works. This one doesn't look bad. Oh yeah, so this one is SVG, so it saves us. SVG8. SVG has background. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play a game. Anyways, let's try and make sure that we use what we already have, because we can't. Okay, we have to move ahead. Okay, I don't think I need this one. Okay, Okay, so it looks good. Let's have this come down a little bit. Yeah. So you see, that's what we have. So we have 2 pages already. Make sure that everything is centralized. Okay. So the next page we need is onboarding. So the Uber logic is slightly different. It's slightly different in the sense that you just need to enter your phone number. You just need to enter your phone number and you are inside the application. So like we were doing in one of those logistics apps, if you're registered before, it just takes you into the application. If you haven't registered before, what happens is, you now ask you for your username and your you get your username and your password and all of those type of things. So the phone number has some sort of verification. So we'll have an arrow. So we'll have 2 arrows. We'll have one arrow here. We'll have another arrow here. We can have another arrow here. So I'm coming. I'll soon go right there. Let me just quickly. For continuing, you may receive an SMS for verification. Message and data tariffs may apply. So we have an arrow here too as well. We can increase this to maybe like 8. Yeah, let's just do like 9 or 10. Let's see. 9 isn't all that bad, really. 9 isn't all that bad. Let's just leave it at, let's just do 10. Can round up the figures. Okay, so we need to get our icons here. So of course, material icons. If you have the plugins for this, then that's fine. But if you don't have the plugins, then you need to use material icons. Just trying to look for those arrows. Not this type of arrow, the other one. Can manage this one. Okay, we've seen them. You can use this one. Just flip back. So we can have that one there. Right? Yeah, looks good. Then we need 2 forward arrows. So I want to believe that you know what this experience means. Meaning, enter your phone number or connect using a social media account. So if you want to connect using a social media account, you just click on it. Right? So we're just going to also create that page real quick for anyone that wants to connect through maybe using a social media account. Maybe we should take this down a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. So what we should do now is probably just do that page. So we choose an account here. Down a bit. Let's delete this one. Let's have this in the middle. We change this to okay. Yes, it'll be this way. Probably just let's have this one looking this way. Delete this. We can also delete all of this. Okay, we can have this looking like this. We can delete this. We can make this continue with Facebook. So we need a Facebook icon. We need a Google icon. Continue with Facebook. Cool. Looks good. Yeah, actually it does. It looks good. Can make this 14. Yeah. So we'd get the 3 icons. So we have continue with Facebook. Let's select both of them to make sure that these things are centralized, because it's very important to make sure that most of these things are like in the middle. So we select both of them and make sure that they're Gucci. Okay. So we have connect with Google, and then we have Apple. So we have Google, right? And then we have Apple, right? So we need those icons. We could probably just also have this icon here, this one here. So should we have this one? Now let's have a different icon. Is because there's a different icon they used over there. So let's have a different icon. one that looks subtle like this. Okay. So let's just drag that to the middle. Looks Gucci. Yeah, so that looks good. So we select both of them and give it 50% opacity. So we need those are three icons there. We need Facebook, Google, and then Apple. I think we can do flat icons. I'm sure flat icons should be able to have these Google icons and stuff. But if they don't, then we can now it's okay, yeah, they do. So we just download the icon real quick. We just need PNG, we don't need anything major, right? For the icons. So once that downloads, we just drag it to so we need Facebook and Apple real quick. It's supposed to be done in 30 minutes because we're working with a 1 hour timeline. So the last one is Apple. Oops. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. So by continuing, you may receive an SMS for verification. Okay. Stop this. Push this one here. Yeah. So that looks good. That looks good. Alright, so you can see we have 4 screens already. Right, so now back to the getting started. We're going to do something that looks like a recognition. So they're going to recognize. Oh shit. Please, if you're new in here, please make sure your mics are muted because we are in the middle of something. Classes are being recorded. Okay, so we're now going to do this logic this way. I want to believe that everybody here has already been registered on the Uber platform, right? So we're not going to do the signing, the onboarding stage that says what is your username, what's your password. No, we're going to go straight from enter your mobile number to welcome back, please sign in to continue, meaning enter your password. Okay. So this one says I forgot my password. for anybody that forgot their password. This one says I don't have an account too, so I don't know why it brought me here. And then this one says I can't sign in, so I'll let you take me back to where I was before. So we're going to rumble all the stuff and push them, make sure that they're all aligned, make sure they're in the center, and make sure that this is, oops, this one is not grouped. Alright, so that looks good. So now, once you enter your password, what is the next thing? The next page is, please Baba, welcome to Uber. By customizing your experience. So that's the next page you want to have. Right? Alright. One second. So the next page you want to have is the welcome to Uber page. That page is pretty straightforward. It just has something that looks like this. Welcome to, and then the Uber logo. So we may want to now have this our logo that we had before. Let me show you guys a quick trick. So you know that your colors, all these your colors, you can add them. Can you see how I added them? All your colors you're using, you can literally add them. White, all your whites you've used, all your blues, all your blacks. Even this your component, you can add them. So when you need them again, you don't have to keep searching. How do I do it? Even this SVG that we created, you can add them on that component. These are Uber white. These are our Nigerian thing we did. We can also have that one too as well. Right, so that's also a very easy. All these are our icons that we did here. You can add them as Facebook, add them as components. Then the last one, push them in there. So when you need them the next time, you don't have to, like I just did now. These things, they normally help workflow. So you don't start going, wow, am I the only one? You're not the only one designing. There are easier ways of doing things. Are you with me? So yeah, so that's how it is. So see now, for instance, if I add this icon, okay, this is a, let me just show you how this works real quick. So see, I want this icon to be black, and I probably want this icon to be big. I can just add this icon down, delete it. Now I've deleted it, doesn't mean that it's been deleted over here, because it has been added there. Now we'll show you when we use it. I'll show you when we need it. Just be patient, I'll show you. So welcome to Uber. It's actually bolder than this. We can have 27. You don't need all of these things. Probably just take this one out and delete the rest. This. Take this one out to make it black. So you see, okay. You can make it blue, you can make it black, you can make it white. It's pretty straightforward. It helps with the workflow. So customizing your experience. Sorry, the typo there. Customizing your experience. 1, 2, 3. I make this say 13. Looks good over there. Now we can actually use the Uber, because this our Uber logo is not really clear like that. So I really don't like the way it looks. So let's just try and improvise. Let's use this one we have here. So customizing your experience. So now we can just drag this icon. Can you see how I just dragged it? I can see on the Uber app they have some things shaking. They also use these arrows and then they switched it a little bit and stuff. Now we don't necessarily need it. Let's just have this arrow looking, having this really big arrow. It doesn't really look nice experience wise, but well, we can actually, you know what we can do for us? We can just still retain it. It will be too far if it's underneath, and because everything is already centralized, it's better for us to just make everything centralized. I don't know if you are with me in this. So yeah, so we push this to 12, and then we make sure that everything is centralized. So yeah, so welcome to Uber. It is a page that is not really important like that. Then the last page we are going to be working on, not necessarily the last page, we can actually still do more. We can do some extra more pages and stuff, and we're just going to we also would love to do our prototype, because I mean we haven't done that in a while, so we want to add that to the class. Alright, so the page we should be working on now is what? Our dashboard. So after that, we use our dashboard page. So we're just going to push a rectangle over here. Now we want the rectangle to be blue. So after drawing that rectangle, remember we have our colors here. Just click on it. Right. Let's see if we can get the Uber car SVG. Those really small cars that they have on the app. Yeah, this one actually. Let's see whether we can use this car. It's not clear. Is it clear? It's not clear. Why isn't it clear? Why isn't that clear image? This isn't clear. Let's see if we can get that looking clearer. Let's see if we can get that looking clear. That is the Uber SVG. We're trying to see if we can get the. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's not what we need. We need a transparent one. Okay, that's an SVG. Yeah, the SVG isn't transparent, so yeah, it's not going to look good. Okay, let's see if we can. While we will go ahead like this, and hopefully we get an SVG as we progress. Title says ready when you are. We're almost done. We have like 28 more minutes. Literally. It's ready when you are. So just make this white real quick. This is here to help you move safely in the new every day. Get that to like 9 or 10 or something. That's one. And of course our rectangle, black, remove our border, put in a shadow, and make sure that the edge is around. Push this one, make sure it's right now, because we want people to write now. Yeah, so we can also make this like 8 or 7, so it looks really smaller than what the other one looks like. So we're missing something, and that is our menu. Now how do we do the menu thingy? It's something that looks like this, right? So we remove the border. So we have 1, 2, and we have 3. So we have this one looking this way, and then we have the second one just the way that one looks. So that is for our menu. Alright. Yeah, that looks good too. So our menu, if our menu starts this way, that means we have to pop the remaining ones to that side. Looks pretty good here, looks really nice already. So the next thing we need to have, we probably would have had our SVG looking. Oh shit, who's that? Please make sure your mics are muted. We need all your mics to be muted. Please don't unmute your mic. The class is in session and we're currently recording the classes. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so we'll have put an SVG over here, but let us just go on like that regardless. We'll look for how we can get an SVG. So now the next thing we have to have here is where do you want to go to? Oga, tell me. Talk to me as it is. Where are you going to? Right? That one should be to be 12. Where to? Not that offensive. Looks really good. We can duplicate that one because we need something that looks like that for now, so you can schedule your ride. That's what they're saying in it. Yeah, you can schedule your ride. That's what they're saying. You can make that one black so you can see now. And it now has an arrow of some sort. We can create something that looks like this. Oops. And create something that you won't really know that you think is a clock, but loki, it's not from afar. One has to be smaller than the other. Probably better if this thing wasn't that thick, but regardless, can make it smaller though, but I think I should just leave it that way. Not going to really stress about that one. Alright, of course, so we have an arrow that looks down over here for scheduled trips. We also have something that looks like saved places, right? We have some ellipse arrows, some circles, ellipse circles underneath there. Okay, let's make this slightly darker. So we have our stars over there. We can make this one say 10. Reduce the opacity to like 20. You know I'm doing that very soon. See, the Uber app is not even that difficult. So we can actually we can make what is inside slightly larger, cause like we now have more space to, like, we can actually play around with. Let me just do this, because the Uber app is not, if I even look smaller than what we already did. So I can bring this down a little bit. Okay. Wait, I'm coming. And just do some slight adjustments. Try and get a map real quick. I just did a screenshot. Where are you? Screenshot of our map. Where are you? It's not reflecting here. Okay, that's it. We don't really have some type of drop, whatever on theirs, but can decide to give it an ellipse, circle, same blue, remove the border, then have that same blue with, that's what it is. So let's just quickly get some icons. We need a star icon, a drop icon, and let's just use flat icons, right? Let's get SVGs for all of this. So use flat icons, we get SVG icons. Now if you have material icons, I mean, you can also then I need to just get like what is this thing called now? Is it a location pin? Yeah, I think a map location. or a location pin, one of them. Yeah, we can actually use this one. Let's get the SVG as well. You don't have to go this far to downloading things. You can do them easily if you have your material icon. You don't have to do it this way. I'm doing it the longer way. I always like long cuts to everything, because it always makes me, I don't get lazy. Yes sir, that looks good. Then we need an icon there. We can use material icon for this one. Icon down, arrow down. There's a problem in this circle. This is not the circle I created. I don't create circles like that. This circle and this circle are two different things. Alright. So we need our SVG icon for this. Let's see if we can get this Uber one. I like the way this one looks. Okay, we downloaded it. I think we did. Wait 1 second. Where is this? I think we downloaded it. Can't remember. Let's see if we can open it with Illustrator and do something. Yeah. I'm looking for the one that has this edge on the right hand side. Yeah, so let's see. If we do 60, push. If we push our, okay, let's go 180. Maybe too much. That's too much. Okay, let's go half of this. We just did 60 now. Let's do 80. Let's decrease this a bit. Is an issue. The issue is
So if you have made it this far, this video is sponsored by iCreativeLearn.org. It's a community for African creatives where we learn, we create, and we teach on this platform, and be certified in the AdobeXD for Mobile Apps course. It's 3,500 Nigerian naira. All you need to do is just come to iCreativeLearn.org, register for this particular course. You can register for your account. Once you register for an account, you have a dashboard, and once you have your dashboard, you can literally come to the course link, which is introduction to Adobe XD for mobile apps. You can add it to your cart and you can simply check out. It's 3,500 naira. It has 18 lessons, and once you're done with the lessons, you can you get a course of completion certificate. So it's pretty straightforward. Thank you guys, and yeah.